Welcome to the Beer Can Cold podcast with your hosts Will Merritt and JG Van Gran, a podcast where the suction line is always beer can cold. Take it away, boys.
Holy guacamole.
What
a day. What a day. It has been the day of all days. We did our yearly planning for 2026. We had a big meeting over leadership, and obviously, with my role, a lot of that data gathering falls on me, and man, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna bring the energy today because I can't see.
Brother, I'm tired too. It's only Wednesday. I told somebody have a great weekend this afternoon in a meeting. I was like, Whitney's like, it's only Wednesday. I was like, yeah, you're right.
Well, I think this is what I need. I need to just sit and chat with a friend. The work stuff is going so good, and I finally have a leadership team that I am super stoked about. Not that the leadership team last year or the beginning part of this year wasn't great. We added some people to our team, and if I can tell you, I'm stoked. I'm excited. 2026 better watch out because we are going to set some records, and we already had a record year this year. But just bringing the right people with positive energy around you, man, I can't tell you the feeling.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome.
Wait a minute. Awesome. Is that good culture? Are we already rolling?
Well. So big part of today's talk was culture. We're still struggling with some things, and but you know what? Which company doesn't? And it's all about what leadership's going to do to address those culture issues. And I'm very stoked. I'm excited about the path we're going down. We really have a great company, and I know people like, yeah, everybody says that, but I'm so excited to be working for these guys. So, and anyway, that's work stuff. We need to get to podcasting stuff. I feel like the camera's a little out of focus.
No, I think now it is.
How about that?
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm ugly enough, so we just need to make sure I'm in focus and ugly at the same time.
You're in there.
So, AI, buddy, that's what we're going with. That's where we're going today. In several different facets, actually, came up in our leadership meeting today.
Yeah, it's like we were just talking before we went live. It's the new buzzword, and I hate buzzwords, and I hate little,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of these acronyms and stuff. So we were in Nashville. It was the week before last when I'm distributor getaway with a bunch of contractors, and I just did a quick presentation, going over who we are. And a couple of things I hit new stuff was talking about AI, because everybody's like, AI, AI is going to take over everything. And like I said, AI is like saying, my child's on the spectrum. It's like infinite. It's so much stuff to it, but everybody's concerned, how is AI is going to take jobs, and they are saying a lot of entry level jobs, kids coming out of college, that a lot of this stuff is going to go, be done by machine, So, but what we talked about, and what I think we'll talk a little bit about today, is I think contractors are worried about, how is AI we're not going to get into AI helping, like on the business side, helping you run your business, because that's already happening now in a lot of facets.
Yeah.
You use it, Chat
GPT,
a lot of the, review software, Podium, BirdEye, they're using AI for things, AI agents to answer the phone and, respond to people. Podium, like I said, we work with BirdEye typically, but we have some clients who use Podium, and they did a really cool demo of like, hey, it's 10:30 at night, and it's cold, and you realize, oh man, the heat's out, and you just want to talk to somebody, probably not have someone out that night, but you call in and an AI agent answers and starts texting with you.
So our texting went live. It went live, Podium. It went live, and we should probably get somebody from Podium on as a guest, because
I think so. The girl that did a presentation, I can't remember her name. She was nice, and I ended up, she had some orange Podium socks, and I was going to end up. She had like one pair left. I was like waiting. I was like, I didn't want to take them, contract one of them, and then finally I was like, all right, I'm going to go, and then they're gone. I should have asked her. She probably had more, but we've I had some custom socks made for us. And it's kind of cool thing.
No, and so the thing is, the text messaging is awesome. I'm still finding a couple of things, and I just want to give you a little bit of background on that, because within our leadership team, there's a real, how do I say that? There's a real caution on adopting this AI stuff. We're I don't know. I have several friends. I have a guy that runs an amazing company, and he has pretty much told me he has gone 100% AI in the front office, and he has people in the background managing it. And I get it, and I think that it's a smart business move in some places. But the owners of my company is 100% about customer interaction,
Yeah.
and so that was a big part today. But then you sit in a leadership meeting and you go, okay, AI costs me X amount of dollars and it can do about 10,000 people's worth of jobs. And staffing, a department for our size company is going to be, we're needing to fill some positions in that front office piece. And you're like, okay, that's X amount of dollars plus they call out sick, they do these different things. So it's like this really interesting discussion about what do you want to do, which direction you want your company to go. And I have nothing against the AI and the
I
people
think
that
it's a
takes
supplement,
it. It's a
right?
supplement. It
It's
has to
not
catch
on
overflow.
like a lot of them, if like you said, we've talked about, calls getting missed, and you miss a call, you
Mhm.
have no idea what you just missed. You could have
Yeah,
missed two change outs, $40,000 job, if they can't get to you and they call someone else, but for like the AI, like the overflow. So if all your CSRs are busy, it'll roll right over.
that's right.
It'll roll right over the AI agent and it'll let them know. And what I am hearing is a lot of people, it sounds so real now that when they find out that it's not real, they get a
They're
little.
upset.
So I think it's
Yeah,
good to have it in the script or whatever. Say like, "Hey,
yeah,
I am an AI agent, and I can help you. And if not, if you'd like to hold, just hold, and we'll
that's what
do
we're
it."
doing.
Yeah,
That's right.
I think that's the tact right now, especially for our business, because typically, you know, someone's calling your heat and air conditioning company, they're in distress,
That's
and
right. They're
and
angry already, right? They're not calling
they're
to
having
check
a
on you.
bad day. As Dave always says, my business partner, he's like, they're having a bad day.
Yeah,
They're just looking for some kind of little win. And I love listening to calls, and you hear like a CSR just console them, and you hear them go,
mhm,
"Oh, thank you. Look, it's going to be okay."
that's right.
Type of thing, and that's all they're looking for. But yeah, I think it's a supplement right now, and who knows? It's the technology is moving so fast. Who knows in a
Yeah.
couple of years how much more we're going to be utilizing it. But
Well, the phone system AI backup is going live, I think, next week, and we'll see. We did a bunch of testing this week, and it does seem to be okay. It does seem to be very good. But I think the most important thing for our company, and again, we're actually taking off on TikTok a little bit. Thank you for everybody that's liking and subscribing. And I know we're going to get these comments when we put these clips out. Oh, you know, I'm just saying what's good for your company might not be good for my company because our philosophies are different. And thank goodness that it can be that way. If everybody was the same, how boring would it be? For us, I think that having it as a backup so that you don't drop top funnel marketing leads over the barrel, which is what was happening in our company.
yeah,
So we had to make a decision to grab everything top funnel. Otherwise, how much marketing money are you losing? How much wasting? How many
like I said,
leads?
it's an opportunity cost. You don't know
Yeah,
what's the loss of it. You have no idea. Again, it could be someone just calling in, asking a question or whatever, or it could end up being a simple tune-up or simple repair. But again, it could be, yeah, my system's broken. You go out and you go, well, yeah, you need a new system. This thing's old. Your compressor's
and listen,
gone.
the the big misconception too, and I'm sorry I kind of interrupt you, Jay, but it just kind of came to me because we talked about it today, is that AI is going to make the CSR's job so much easier. That is a myth to a certain extent because here's what's happening. My CSR is busy on the phone, so all four or however many we have is on the phone, right? Middle of summer, answering phone calls, it's constant, right? So the AI grabs the overflow and books the call, but it doesn't put it on the dispatch board or the one we're looking at. I don't know if there's a different one, right?
Yeah,
There's still a bucket of calls that the CSR, then the minute the phone slows down, then they have to go in and assign those calls. And then a lot of times, something like in one of our testing things that went wrong there, where we didn't have an opening. And so now it's like calling that customer and rescheduling that thing, right? So it's not that AI is taking all the work away.
yeah,
It's that you still have you're still going to need people to manage it. It's not smart enough to completely go away yet.
yeah,
So I do think it's going to help us with our overflow issue, but I still think there's going to be work for them to do.
yeah, yeah. Well, we'll see. Like I said, all I can say is just you take it one step at a time. Just
Hmm.
go about it at your pace. You don't be worried, if you feel like you're behind or you're not using AI yet for things. It's okay. I've been very reluctant. I'm an old guy, and I'm a curmudgeon. So yeah, even Dave uses it way more than me. So like he's going in, we're reviewing and doing marketing plans for 2026, and we're reviewing 2025. And he's gone in and plugged all the meeting notes from recordings into Chat GPT, and
I
basically
do the same thing. Yeah.
summarizes the entire year, and it's really cool. So
Yeah.
but,
Yeah. I actually, I showed you when last time we were together, I have this little device. I actually used it
yeah,
today
yeah,
in our
yeah,
meeting, the Cloud. And so it recorded 6 hours worth of meeting today. It already has summarized it for me and put the
Mhm.
to-dos in. Now, it's not always 100% accurate.
Yeah, sure.
Again, you have to go through, but it took hours out of my day because I would have had to sit tonight, type up all the notes from the meeting, and then rolled it out. So I do think there's a lot of things that's going to save a lot of time, right? And I do think that if you don't embrace this new thing, you're going to be left behind. But there's also good about this because I did some research this week about the AI data centers coming up and how many they're going to build. Those things have to be heated and cooled. They have to be maintained. There is good things for our industry that's
Humongous
happening.
heat load. It's
Oh
going to
yeah,
be humongous,
yeah,
So, and that stuff you're going to have redundancy in that,
yes.
backup stuff, because you can't have it go down, So,
No, so
but
there's good news for us
yeah,
in all of this.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, here's what I was referring to, what I spoke about the other week, and it's kind of like anybody out there go search like what a consumer would be searching. Broken furnace repair, your whatever city, town, or whatever, or type in a lot of questions people want to know, like why is my thermostat screen blank, or
Hmm.
what can I check before I call. So there's this new thing. I'm sure most all of you've seen it. It's like you literally go to Google or whatever your search engine is, and it'll give you like an AI summary, an AI generative overview.
Yes.
And so it's very interesting. So I've been researching it a good bit because I wanted to speak about it. But what it's basically doing is pulling from a lot of different sources. From websites, of course. It's pulling stuff from, I guess, probably from Chat GPT, but it's trying to get people a quick answer. And people are freaking out that, oh God, they're not going to get to our website, they're not going to find us. Well, some of that's true. I got a statistic here that said of 41% of people searching that got an AI answer took the answer and bounced and went no further. So that's kind of crazy. But I did a real life example, and I screenshot. I'm just looking at my iPad here, and it was a true search. I said, can I get an online quote for a new HVAC system in Charlotte, North Carolina? And the AI overview pops up, says, yes, you can get an online quote for a new HVAC system. And then it highlights several companies and links to their website. And then it gives you a couple of blog links, and then it gives you like an overview of it. So a lot of people, what are they going to do? They're going to click from that and go to that person's website. So you want to be there. But it was interesting. Jim and I, another guy I want to call yesterday, and we got talking about it. And he's like, man, this thing, it's a shit show right now. So we're looking at, I think it was searching like for us, like best marketing, HVAC marketing company or something. And it gives all these different examples. And then they're like little paperclip for like a link to click on. So it gives you a company here and it talks about them. And then there's like the link at the end. Well, the link goes to another company.
Oh boy.
It's like all over the place. So I think it's a lot of stuff that has to get worked out. But these LLMs, here's another acronym. I hate acronyms. Or these, it's large language models, Chat GPT, Google Gemini, Microsoft Copilot. But a lot of that information is getting pulled from that to your search. And so, what they're trying to do is really answer questions for people. And the large language models, this AI generative search, they're all looking for things kind of summarized, numbered, bullet points. So the big thing is like, we write a lot of blogs for our customers. So for like what I said before, consumers go Google, why is my thermostat screen blank? Well,
Yeah,
you probably maybe dead batteries. You got a float switch tripped on your in your furnace killing the power to it, but they're searching those things. And, you got to be found. So we're trying to incorporate in now. Like, all right, if you're writing a blog, then you want a summary at the beginning of it. Almost like you used to write a paper back in the day.
Yeah.
You introduced the topic, you gave the overview, and kind of gave you what the overall conclusion is, and then you go into it. So it's just like our world today, JG. That no one wants to really read anything. They want a quick answer, a video, and they're off and done. Versus taking the time.
Is what I'm hearing you saying, since I want to piggyback on our conversation a week ago about pay-per-click, is that are marketing companies going to have to level up their pay-per-click game because AI is now taking that information from different sites and trying to put some answers together? Are you going to have to get better at that piece of it? Not that you guys are not good at it. You know what I'm saying, right? It's like,
of course, the search engines, Google, the big one, they're not going to go give their revenue away. All the revenue comes from ads. So you've got, ads going to start showing up in this stuff. And they're really doing a good job of disguising it now. It doesn't even look like an ad. Like even the newer stuff now, when you see it right under the AI results, there are ads there. And it's like, you got to go on that. It says, sponsored results above. So it doesn't even have like the little ad thing anymore. It's crazy. But what is nuts is now, and I just caught this a few weeks ago. I'm always just doing random searches, playing around, that it's not, they're biased searches because, the search engines know my machine. They know what I've searched, they know who I am. I'm labeled or whatever, but I'm always searching things. So now you put in the Google search bar, it's, all is what you come up with, but right to the left of all is AI mode, which is like Google Gemini. And just to the right of it now is short videos. And this one, I was like, I think I'm like the first one to catch this for a bunch of people. I'm sure I'm not. But anyway, so these AI generative searches are pulling from short videos. So videos off of Instagram, videos off of LinkedIn. They're pulling chat forums up of discussions people are having. Yeah. I was saying Reddit's going to be a big deal, but then we hear that they're kind of Reddit and Wikipedia. They're kind of pushing that away, saying it's highly biased and it's not that valid. But it's very interesting to see all these little things and where it's pulling stuff from. So we kind of said, people don't put a lot of value sometimes, like in social media, for example. But we say, hey, it's where the eyeballs are, and going in, giving little quick videos, like say, hey, for writing a blog, for the fall, why does my heat smell funny the first time I turn it on? And then talk about that. We'll have a blog and then maybe have a short video talking about that. All those things can get pulled in. So it's a lot of different sources now. But what I really find very interesting is a lot of these generative AI results you're getting are so inaccurate.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not, I'm sorry, I'm seeing like I'm distracted, but I'm not. I was just looking at our TikTok account because to your point, the short videos, and this is kind of the culture we're in now, our TikTok account is growing much faster than YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, all those places we are, which by the way, please like, follow, and subscribe. And I am working on the graphics. I promise. I keep saying that. But our TikTok profile is growing faster, and there's a lot more videos on there that kind of jump out, right? And so I think that's it. It's like this little. Actually, today we were talking about a big company change coming in culture. Like there's something we want to address with the team. We're not going to write it. We're not going to do an SOP. The two brothers are going to sit down tomorrow morning with my podcasting table, and they're going to cut a quick video, and we're going to send it over Service Titan, because that's the industry. That's where we are now. That's how people communicate. And actually, I'm for it. I enjoy it too. I enjoy the short video form.
I have your login. I just pulled it up on my iPad here. I'm stubborn. I've refused to do it. I got,
no, it's good.
I'm the Instagram, LinkedIn guy. Facebook's not dead to me, but I post there, when I post for the other channels, but I'm more involved in LinkedIn really the most. And, Instagram's right behind it, but I see the value in it. It's kind of cool. I get in there and play around every now and again with your login. So.
Yeah, there is, if you scroll down, there's one of our videos that have popped a little bit. So I did a little experiment over the weekend.
Refrigerant crisis.
What's that?
The refrigerant crisis? No.
Yeah, well, there was one, but I think we were at like 12,000 views on this video, and I funded it. put, and this is, against everything I stand for, because I don't feel like I should fund anything, but I put $10 on it.
Yeah.
And that thing jumped to almost 15,000 views. We gained about 3,000 views, and we did in like just a couple hours. Now that is, that's not what you want to do, in my opinion. I don't want the views. I want the followers. So I don't think that's the strategy. But it was just interesting to me how the platform works, right? So it can very quickly put it out in front of a lot of people, but they want a little cash on the side, right? So,
Gotta
but the cool
monetize it.
thing is, and I will just a service announcement. So there's another piece of software that we use once I'm done editing. It's called Opus Clips. And so I drop our entire podcast in there, and it'll cut the little clips for us. But that actually has an AI generator that looks to see which one of those, if you trim them correctly and make them look good enough, has the potential to get more views. And so I've been using a little bit of that, and it actually does work. Like there's some of them that just pops more than others.
Yeah.
But you gave me a piece of advice that I've been following. I used to clip 5 or 6 or 7 of those and drop them, 2 a day sometimes, whatever. So between my daughter telling me what time TikTok should be posted, which she's a genius with that, and you telling me, hey, do 1 or 2 a week, don't do 5 or 6, we're much better traction. So now it's
Yeah.
just getting the call to action, getting people to follow us.
It's heating and air.
It's not sexy. Heating and air is not sexy.
I mean, all the social media people like, oh, you need to be posting 2 and 3 times a day. And this, I mean, I used to try to keep the criteria for us at least 3 times a week. Sometimes if I'm out doing something, we're having fun. Like we had the Purple Heart Homes thing last Wednesday. That was really cool. So I posted several times last week because it was very touching.
Yeah. Now, I think the big thing for the way that I'm starting to view AI is just it helps me gather data faster to make better decisions.
Yeah.
But it has to be verified. Like you have to make sure you understand what you're saying. But it's really cool to me that I would sit and analyze a P&L for 20 to 30 minutes on the 15th of every month and really trying to dig in. But there's so much going on, phones ringing, people walking in and out, where I can take that same P&L, drop it in and say, give me an analysis. And within minutes, within seconds, I have AI saying, hey, make sure you look at these things. Just dig into these things. This is a trend we see, right? Because it has the history of the P&Ls for the entire year. So it'll say, hey, this is up, why? This is down, why? And so it just helps. It's those little things that makes you more productive in the day that excites me about AI. What doesn't excite me about AI is, oh, you're not going to have a call center anymore. It's going to be all computer. I don't know, man. Like, I want to create work. I want to create jobs. Like, that's what the American dream is built on, is create a company that you can give other people an opportunity to work at.
Yeah, I know. It's who knows? I mean, I'm like everything. We went from records to cassette tapes to CDs, and now I hate it. I still have a tower in my office that has like over 600 CDs, and I can't. Yep. I need to move it out of there because it's taking up room. I kind of want to change my office around, but I just can't do it. Every now and again, I listen to it. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but I got a new phone. I got an iPhone 17, and because my 14 was going slow, so I'm like, I have 2 cars. I have my old beater that I drive more than my new car, and so it's 13 years old, and so I didn't think it was going to be able to connect. Me and Jackson sat in the parking lot of the grocery store earlier today. We went to grab we're making spaghetti. Yeah. It's funny. We both are making spaghetti.
Yeah, I am too.
So I finally got it paired. I told him, I said, man, it may not work because it's so old, but I finally got it. So again, I'm going to be slow to embrace it, but I'm starting to, the nuances of it. Like, oh, that can help me, and that can speed up what I'm doing. I don't need to take all this time to do this. It'll do it for me quicker. But like I said, look at music. We've gone to, your music's on a cloud, and I use Pandora, but I use Spotify too. But what's happened now? Records are back.
Big time, right?
Damn expensive too. And I have a turntable. I need to get a better setup, but I got a couple buddies that, man, they're all into it. And there's nothing better, man, sitting back in the chair and hear that needle hit. So look at how we're regressing. So every time we keep moving forward, people go back to the nostalgia.
Yeah. I'm definitely getting a turntable for the garage pub. Actually, I can't show because the camera's stationary, but I have an old Pioneer surround sound system in here that's hooked up to the TV because it's just the best sound.
Yeah.
I don't want a new sound bar, and I actually have my speakers wired all around the garage, but
Yeah.
I want a turntable. And I was listening, and forgive me, I'm gonna get this wrong, but I heard the other day somebody actually tell it was a radio professional, and he was on some show, and he said the reason that everybody's going back to LP is it's I think it's 64 megahertz. Is that
Yeah.
correct? Does it sound
Yeah.
right?
I don't know
And
if that's right, but yeah.
it's more pleasing to the ear than the new
It's like a
music.
deeper, warmer sound.
Yes, and
And
so yeah.
I tell you, man, I got like my buddy's got a portable one, and like we're out traveling, seeing Widespread Panic or whatever, he'll bring it to the hotel. Of course, it's no bass. I probably can Bluetooth. Like most of them are Bluetooth now.
Yeah.
So I've got like a hardwired one into my receiver over here, but that's on my to-do list this year. Is I want to get a nice record sound system because I got all my albums from high school. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I've got the original Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses.
Oh, no kidding.
I've actually got, it wasn't mine. My cousin gave it to me. I have the original Boston album, just old stuff, Tesla. I got Master of Puppets. That was when I was 16 when that came out, Metallica, that got me really into heavy metal.
How about U Solution 1, U Solution 1, U Solution 2? Was that that's what
I remember I had them on tape. I think I started to move out of the album phase. It was kind of fun. We were cassette tapes.
Yes.
And then in high school, I think freshman or sophomore year, I bought a turntable. We were like, oh, that sound is better. We used to, I'm a music guy, so we used to jam all the time.
Love music.
So the albums were better. So I went all into albums. And then, of course, like 87 CDs started really hitting. And that was like my senior year was 87, 88. And, we got all into CDs. And now we, like I said, I got 600 and some in my office that I just refuse to let go. And then, everything's on my phone and, through Pandora or Spotify or whatever. And then now you're buying albums again. Now I'm like $30-$40 a piece now.
The 10th of March, 1998, I stepped off an airplane for the first time in the United States. Left South Africa when I was 17. I left with $500. That was the gift for my parents. And it was hard. We were farmers in South Africa, and that was every bit that they could give me, they did. And I was so thankful. First thing I bought was a CD player.
Yeah.
A big one with, the speakers that can come off. And I bought a Bruce Springsteen CD, Born in America. And I bought the U2 CD. What was it? Street with No Name. Those are my first two CDs I ever owned.
Yeah.
In here. And I still have them. Like I don't have the CD player anymore, but I still have the CDs.
I remember the first CDs I got. I remember having like Def Leppard Hysteria because that was out.
Oh.
That came out right before. I remember sitting in my buddy, best friend in high school, Michael. We were sitting in his Camaro and listening to the tape and going like, because Pyromania, it'd been 4 years since Pyromania.
Right.
And Rick Elliott, the drummer, lost his arm. And so they came out, we put it in, the first song was Women. We're like, what is this? And it was like for a while, you're like, oh, it sucks.
Yeah.
And after you heard it a while, it's like, oh man, this is good. So I have, I have a lot of their songs saved, and it's just, it was so popular.
When the Vault came out when I was in high school, and there's a fun fact, there's a song on Vault that's in Europe and Africa that's called Action. It's called, the actual title is Addicted to the Action or something like it, but the song is Action. It's not very well known in the States. If you bought the Vault CD here, it wasn't on the Vault CD. And so the reason I love that song is that's the song when we played rugby, that's the song we ran onto the field with. Yeah. And so it was just interesting because I bought that CD here. I was so excited to listen to it. It wasn't on the Vault CD here. I don't know why. There must have been some reason, but big Def Leppard fan, man.
Where it's released. Oh, I mean, they got so many. I'm still the old. I like High and Dry and Pyromania. I was watching it. I can't remember. I see all these little Instagram guitar.
Yes.
I was like, oh, I'm like, I could play that. That's easy. I can't remember. It wasn't High and Dry, but it was off that album.
Yep. And then big time AC/DC fan. Listen to that. Oh my goodness. That was just the thing.
Yeah, they're coming next year. I think to the Bank of America Stadium. And that was kind of probably one of my favorite bands and I was a Bon Scott guy before Brian Johnson, and like them both. I mean, you can't not like Back in Black and For Those About to Rock, and even Flick of the Switch after that. That all came out when I was in high school. But I like the old stuff, which is Highway to Hell, all the way back to High Voltage. But yeah, I think it's Axl Rose is singing for Brian Johnson.
Wow.
But anyway, I mean, Malcolm died. You got Angus Young still, and I don't know if Cliff Williams and Phil Rudd are still playing with him or not. But I never saw him, JG. And it's like I saw Rush one time, and Rush is coming back for 2 nights next September to Spectrum. Spectrum.
Oh, they are.
They're doing a Friday night, Sunday night. They've already got tickets on sale.
We need to get
I've asked one of our vendors for some tickets. I'd actually need to follow back up, but it's so far out now. But I only saw them once, but thank goodness I did. Huge Rush fan, huge Neil Peart fan, and this chick, Anika, I shouldn't say chick, this woman, is the drummer, and I've watched some of her videos, and we said Rush wouldn't put some just okay drummer to replace Neil Peart, so that's pretty exciting. So
never did very many concerts, but I think I'm hearing that we're going to be doing some concerts this year or next year.
You should.
No, that's good.
I love live music. I just the older I get, going to like a big stadium show, that's not. I like the small intimate shows, where it's only a couple thousand people, so
I like all kinds of music, but here lately in the last
I like a lot too.
2-3 years, I found myself, and I never thought this would happen, jazz and old school. I'm talking 30s, 40s, 50s blues.
Yeah, I'm a blues guy.
I love blues, man. And I'm
jazz. I can appreciate.
It depends.
I don't know, just the phrasing of the notes and stuff. I don't know.
Here's what you're going to find funny. We were at this event together. We were in Phoenix together for the SBE conference, and I had a ton of work to do. And I was sitting in the lobby working, and I found myself getting so much more work done because the music was kind of pleasing. And so I started playing that. It's actually a Spotify playlist. It's called Hotel Hobby Jazz. And I played in my office. Man, I just get in a zone when that stuff's playing because I don't even think I hear the music. I just work. And it's really calming to me, I guess. That's the word I'm looking for. But the blues, man, especially when I light the grill on fire, it has to be blues.
Well, I like, I don't do it usually during the weeks, but on the weekends I'll blast music showering. And I just like to have it on.
Yeah, it's good.
I always say if I had to get rid of one, TV or the stereo, it'd be TV.
Oh, TV all day. Yeah, no one.
Because
you have TikTok. You can watch all the movies you've ever wanted to see on TikTok because they only play the little best parts for like a minute at a time. It's like perfect. I've watched Top Gun 15 times now. You have to go watch it on TV. So
let's summarize here. We're gonna keep this one short.
Yes.
AI. Everybody out there, it just embrace it. It's coming. Just take it one step at a time. Like I said earlier, I've been probably the one that has been the latest to bring it on and start using it in our company, and that's hard to believe Dave, what you think Dave would be, but he's used it and experimented a lot more with it. But but for you people out there owning heat and air conditioning companies, there is some certain rhyme or reason to what makes your content, your sites come up when people are searching. So it's again, you try to, there's a little quote that I got from a presentation recently that said, write it in the vein that write it in the human tone, but set it up for what AI is looking for. I talked about kind of bullet points, numbering, summaries, give that content first. And then, and really you gotta, like we've always tried to do, is give the content that the consumer, your target customer, is looking for. Answer their questions, become, the person that's the trusted expert. And then, everybody today is trying to YouTube everything. I can fix this. I can do this. And, a buddy, one of my good friends from college, he sent a picture today. He's like, I got a little project today. And we're like, what the hell are you doing? He was replacing the dash on his big Dodge Ram truck. But evidently he's got a really nice truck, the high end, whatever one it is, super sweet leather seats. And but the dash they got an issue evidently. And my other buddy has the same truck. He said, man, mine's like cracking and doing the same thing. he said they wanted thousands of dollars for it to replace it. So he ordered it for like, I can't remember what he said, a few $100. And he was replacing it himself.
Yeah, I do all that stuff myself too. And it's YouTube, man.
I know. I mean, I just don't have the desire or the time anymore for something.
I rebuilt my son's Volvo engine from YouTube.
Yeah.
And then because he didn't help me, he was at college, so I'll give him that. But because he put me through all that, I painted that engine neon pink.
Yeah, you told me.
I'll actually put a picture. I'll impose a picture over here, and I'll show everybody. But it was a fun project. But I learned how to set Volvo timing off of YouTube, and that's not an easy thing to do. I will probably never get it right again. But that variable valve timing is something, man, and it's all YouTube. So no, and then I'll report back on what the experience we're having with Podium. I think it'll be valuable for our customers. It's, up to this point, it's been very positive.
Yeah, tell you what, I'll reach out to the girl I met in Nashville and see if she'd be willing to come on. Yeah,
I think it'll be a great interview.
Yeah, she gave a really effective presentation.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, and I think that just by reporting back of what we're seeing with it will be really helpful to our listeners. So I'll definitely do that. So
right, I'll give a plug too for Hattie B's.
That's awesome.
Hot chicken in Nashville. I didn't get as hot as I did a few years ago, but some good stuff.
That's awesome. Well, buddy, we will be back next week, and then sure next week, and then is next week Thanksgiving week?
Yeah, next week's Thanksgiving. So you tell me we're off Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So
okay,
we'll figure it out. Maybe Tuesday or whatever.
Yeah, we'll do something next week.
I think we should for Thanksgiving. That it might have to be like an outside at the grill edition. I did buy a turkey today, Lisa. I only got one. I'm not sure how many people got coming for Thanksgiving. I bought the smallest one they had. I went to Aldi. It's my grocery store of choice because it's small and it's easy for me to navigate.
That's right.
It was 16.64 pounds. And that was the smallest one they had, but that's going to go on the egg next week.
Okay. We always deep fry one, and I do one on charcoal. And so the charcoal, for the first time ever, I've never brined. So for the first time ever, I
haven't either.
The Cosq barbecue thing. It popped up on my Facebook, and I'm an idiot late at night, so I bought it. So it showed up today, and apparently it's just, put the stuff together, put the turkey in it. So we're doing 2 turkeys. We always do.
Yeah, we do too.
I'm pretty stoked about it. It's gonna be a fun day. I enjoy this time of year, man. It's my favorite time of year. Yeah. Thanksgiving, Christmas I'm in my element. So
yeah, we're gonna rejoin Costco. They just built a new one. A few minutes here in Indiana. I messed up. They had a deal on prime rib, standing rib roast last weekend. It was $75 off. Wow! And I sent it to everybody. I talked about it Saturday, and we were gonna go over there and just rejoin and get it, and I never did, but. Maybe try to go over tomorrow and get us a membership again because it was never convenient, the 2 locations in Charlotte, but this one's right in our backyard. So
yeah, it's good. Yeah, I did prime rib 1 year. I did another charcoal too, man, and it was.
I'm on the egg. We're having the poker group and some other friends Christmas party, and I'm gonna do a standing rib roast for that, and then we got the company Christmas party the night before, so I might go back to back, baby.
Well, great. All right, so we'll figure out what we're doing next week, and I'm really having fun with these things, man. I just enjoy us talking. And so find the Podium person, and then we said it last week and I forgot, but we do have to circle back with our boy in Atlanta. So Marty, I'll get him on the phone. We probably should just have a quick sit down with him, and then I know he wants to do some stuff with us, so I think it'll be really fun.
Perfect.
All right, buddy. Well,
I gotta make dinner.
I gotta go make dinner too. So everybody have a great week, and we will see you guys next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.